In today's video, I'm going to show you a personal assistant chatbot that I use to help me save 10 to 15 hours a week by automating boring manual tasks like sorting my email inbox, sending emails, sorting my calendar, booking appointments, deleting appointments, and even just searching the web. So let's get straight into this. Okay, so we are inside of N8N now, and this is the personal assistant chatbot. As you can see, we've got a Telegram trigger, so all of this, basically the interface where we're going to interact with this chatbot is going to be Telegram, and then we can either pass a voice note or a text message into the Telegram chat. The voice note will go down this path, get transcribed by OpenAI, and then we merge them back together, and then we have our AI agent here, which uses a few different tools. We've got the email tool, we've got the calendar tool, and we've got the scrape web and the contacts tool, and then also just the chat model LLM that we will be using, and I believe we're using GPT-4.1 mini at the moment. So if you want to follow along, you can get all the templates from the description below, so you can get this personal assistant template from there, and then also the scrape web template, and then also the Airtable database where we're going to be storing the contacts. So these contacts will be able to basically tell our bot to create an email or book an event in our calendar with these contacts. So all of your contacts you can just copy and paste in here, and then get this bot set up, and I'll help you do that in this video. I'll walk you through every step. So we're going to be getting the Telegram API information, and then just basically putting that into here. We're going to get the Firecrawl API information, put that into the HTTP request here, calling Firecrawl, which we're going to use to scrape the web. So yeah, that is pretty much it. As you can see, the email tool, draft email, gets label info, gets all our messages, gets a single message, replies to a message, gets all our drafts, deletes emails, and then also sends the draft. So why I like using draft instead of just straight send is because if while I don't really want to send just purely AI written emails without having someone look at them, if that makes sense. So that's why I always prefer to write a draft email. Makes it so much better. It means I can go into my inbox, I've got all the emails drafted, I can just double check them, and then if I like them or they don't sound too AI or robotic, then I can hit send and it's all sorted. Or I can even just tell the bot to send it. So we'll get the bot to draft an email and then ask the bot what that draft email looks like, and then we can either send it or edit it from there. And then here in the calendar tool section, we can get all our calendar events. We can create a new event, delete an event, and then update an event. And then the contact tool section, like I explained, that's just a very simple Airtable database where we're going to be storing our contacts. And then the scrape web tool where we can basically ask the Telegram chat anything. So it basically turns into ChatGPT, if that makes sense. So we can literally ask it, what are the football results? We can ask it, what are the best restaurants to eat in whatever city you're in, and it will come back with a structured message. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Let's get straight into the setup process. And we're going to start off with just getting your Telegram API keys into this bot. So if you haven't done this before, really easy to do. So yeah, let's head over to Telegram. So once you have Telegram open, you want to search for BotFather, which is going to be the Telegram bot system where you can create these bots and get your API keys essentially. So once you've done that, you're gonna want to just type a message into the chat. So I've just typed in hi there, and then it comes up with a list. loads of different things. We don't really need to worry about anything apart from this new bot link here. So all we want to do is just click on that new bot, and then we'll get a few things that we need to do to be able to do this. So it's very simple. What would you like to call your new bot? Let's just type in anything. And then it's going to ask us to put bot or underscore bot at the end of it. So that one's taken. Let's cool. So once you've got a name or a username that isn't taken, I mean a lot of usernames and names have been taken now because this is being used by so many people, but once you've got that done, you want to copy this token here, this API token. This is the bit that we're after. So copy that and then head back to the template on NAN. And then all we're going to do is we're going to click on the Telegram trigger, and we're going to click on this and click create a new credential. So super simple. We're just going to paste in the API key that we've just copied from Telegram, and that's it. That is Telegram linked up to NAN. If we want to just test this to make sure that it is working and the connection is actually valid and running, I'm just going to head back to Telegram, and I'm going to click on this link here, which is going to open up our bot that we've just created. I'm going to hit start, and then even just that start message we should be able to see. So as you can see there, the chat text start, so that means our bot is working. Do one more test. We'll just say hello, and we'll hit execute workflow, and then double click here, and you can see the text there is hello, what we've just written in the chat. So pretty cool stuff. And then I'm just going to link that back up, and then what you want to do from there is just go through all these Telegram modules here and just make sure they're connected to your Telegram chat that we've just created. So I'm going to do that now quickly. So that's all linked up, super simple. It's as easy as that, very straightforward. So that's the main bot ready to go. And then for the email tools, all you want to do is come in here and create a new credential and sign into your Google account. Mine's already done, so I'm just going to leave that as it is, and then do exactly the same for the calendar section. And then the contact tool section, you want to link your Airtable account with NAN. Really easy to do. Once you've done that, all you want to do is just hit the base. So the base template that I will give you will be called personal-assistant. You just want to look up that and then add in the contacts field. So contacts, boom, sorted, just like that. Cool. So now we've got that set up. That's pretty much ready to go, apart from the scrape web bit, which we're going to quickly set up in a second. First of all, I just want to quickly give you a rundown of like the prompts we're using in this bot. So what you're going to do is come to this AI agent section and then look at the system message. So what you can see here is that we got to tell the bot who we are. So I'm just going to type my name in here. So pretty simple. I'm Marcus. You're my helpful assistant that helps me streamline my work life. You follow the strict rules below. I always like to add this date field in, purely because say when you're booking an event in your calendar, you say, can you book me an event in my calendar for tomorrow? This bit of code here is actually telling the bot what date it is, so it will know what date it is tomorrow, if that makes sense. Whereas if we didn't have this, then the bot wouldn't know what date it is, so it would just assume that tomorrow could be in a year's time, or or a year that's just been, if that makes sense. So that's why I like to have that bit in pretty much every system prompt that I ever write, to be honest with you. And then we've just got return all messages in a neat, consistent format. And then we have the list of tools. Use the get contacts tool to get contacts, pretty straightforward. Use the add new contact tool to add new contacts. Use the calendar tool for any calendar related questions. If booking a meeting, only book one. Use the email tools for any email related questions, and then use the scrape web tool to scrape the web for required information. Pretty simple stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much the full breakdown of how to set this section up. I'm going to move on to the scrape web tool in a second, and then yeah, that's pretty much ready to go. And then we're going to test it out and see how it works, ask it a few questions, and get that all sorted. So let's move on to the scrape web tool, which is this. What you want to do when you import both of these templates into your NAN, you want to just make sure that this is connected to the right actual workflow. So just come in here and find that and connect that up. And then once we're in this section, so this HTTP is calling the Firecrawl API to search the web for us. So we've just got to grab our API token from Firecrawl and pop it in here. This code section is just basically tidying up the data from the HTTP request. So when I show you an example of this in a second, you'll see what I mean by cleaning up, because the input from the HTTP/API call is just a bunch of gibberish, and we need to basically narrow down the information that we actually want. So you can see here that we're pulling out the title, the URL, the description, and the content. This here is then just bringing it all into one, and we're just asking ChatGPT to create a good looking message for us that we can respond in our Telegram chat with. So pretty straightforward. All you're going to need to do is go to firecrawl.dev. So let's go there. So once you've made your account on firecrawl.dev, then you want to come to the overview section and just copy and paste your API key straight from here. Once you've done that, you want to come back to the workflow and just copy and paste it straight in to there, just like that. So this API key will be getting deleted after this video, just putting that out there, but just for testing purposes, let's just chuck that in there, hit save, and that is ready to go, essentially. So we're ready to test this personal assistant bot already. Like I said, super simple to set up. All you've got to do is just download both of the templates from the description and the Airtable base. Get all your connections set up. So get your Telegram API and get your Firecrawl API key and put it into the correct places like we've just done in this video, and you're ready to go. So let's test this bot actually out. Cool, so I'm just going to activate the workflow and we're going to jump to Telegram just to test this out and see if we can do a few things. So let's get straight to Telegram. I'm actually going to show you how the talking example will work into it. So, hi there, what can you assist me with? So how can I assist you? I can help you streamline your work life by assisting with tasks such as managing your calendar, booking meetings, handling emails, finding and adding contacts, and scraping the web. So pretty cool. Let's ask it to draft us an email. So the example I'm going to use here, I'm going to say draft an email to Marcus, and it's going to use this from my contact section, and I'll show you that now. Before that, actually, I'm going to ask it to get my contacts. So can you show me all of my contacts, please? So there's our contacts from the Airtable base. And then I'm going to ask it to draft an email to Marcus here. So it's going to use this email, and then that phone number there as well. But because this is an example.com email, the email won't actually send, and we'll get a mail inbox error, but I'll show you that. Can you send an email to Marcus regarding a meeting that I want to book for tomorrow at 2 p.m.? Cool. So because we asked it to send an email about a meeting tomorrow at 2 p.m. that I'm having with Marcus, it's gone and actually booked the meeting for me, as well as drafted an email. So we're going to have a look at my email inbox, and then we're going to have a look at my calendar now. So let's see if this actually has done that. So we are inside of my email inbox, and you can see here that we've got the drafted email. So dear Marcus, I hope this message finds you well. I'd like to check if you're available for a meeting at 2 p.m. Tomorrow. Looking forward to your response. Boom, that's that. So now let's head over to my calendar. So this is today. Let's check tomorrow. Meeting with Marcus 2 till 3 p.m. So pretty cool stuff. And then if I wanted to delete this meeting, I could do that. Or if I wanted to reschedule that meeting, if I got an email response saying, oh, actually, I'm not free at 2 p.m., I want to change it to 4 p.m., I can always just change that by just speaking to our Telegram bot. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually delete this event now, just to show you an example of that. So actually, could you please delete the event in my calendar for tomorrow at 2 p.m., the one that you just booked? Cool. And then, as you can see in the background, the event's been deleted. So pretty cool stuff. As like super useful, super powerful, can save you tons of time from just manually writing out emails every day. I know me personally, that actually took up at least an hour to an hour and a half of my day just going through emails and replying to one. So this bot handles all of that for you. Now I'm going to show you the coolest, well, in my opinion, the coolest part of this bot, and that is scraping the web. So this cool little system here that we've got attached to our bot here, the scrape web tool. Let's test that out now. So can you please show me the best restaurants in Manchester? So this one's going to take a little bit longer because it's scraping the web. It's finding the best restaurants in Manchester, and then it's going to format the response and post it back to us, hopefully. So let's see what happens. Okay, cool. So the message has finally come through. It took a couple minutes longer than the other messages, purely because we're actually going on the web, searching up multiple websites, finding different restaurants, pulling information in, and then formatting this message and sending it back into our Telegram chat. So you can see here are some insights about the best places to eat in Manchester. Manchester offers a remarkable selection of upscale and casual restaurants. Then it sent us 2 links. So it sent us a restaurant guide link, and then it's also sent us a travel guide link. So pretty cool stuff, super powerful. You can see how and why this is very, very useful to a lot of people. And yeah, this is a bot that I actually use myself every single day to help me manage my emails, my calendar, search things on the web, and then also store my contacts. So thank you guys for taking your time to watch this video. Remember, you can download all of the templates in the description below, and then as you saw, very easy to set up. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and have a great day.